We're going to call to order Town of Fontana Dam Town Council meeting Wednesday, November the 15th?
Yeah.
16th.
Today's the 16th.
No.
That's why I did that.
I can't get dates straight to save my life.
November 16th.
Why can I not get dates right?
We're going to call to order at
Whose phone is that?
5:33.
I'll leave a message. I don't want to.
5:33. All right. I guess it's going to be as amended there for the agenda. But anybody's got any changes or anything, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Thanks, Tiffany. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. October minutes. Didn't see anything when I took a look at them a little while back. Anybody else saw something that needed adjusting? Please let us know. Otherwise, entertaining motions there as read.
A motion to approve the October minutes as read. Or wait, is that the agenda?
October
No,
minutes.
that's right.
Okay.
You did it right.
I was like, wait a minute.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Public comment, I guess.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk to you, Kevin, during this point in time. We met yesterday with our TDA did, and we were talking about the special with the Fontana magazine. And so a couple of things that maybe we can clarify there. Will we own the rights to the info to where, like, if we wanted to use bits and pieces and various things that we could do that? Or is that something that we couldn't do? Like,
I mean, I would have no problem with that. It depends on, if it's stuff you guys write versus what we write.
Right.
But I wouldn't have any problem with that, because if you guys are, going to sponsor and pay for a magazine, I would expect you to have rights and privileges to the content, of course.
okay.
Not necessarily, I guess, own it so much as, the
That we can reprint or reuse and however we see fit.
To reproduce and
Lisa sees
maybe
fit.
take a
Right.
snippet out of it and put it into an advertisement or something like
Yeah,
that.
I would have no problem with that. We can maybe discuss, credit lines and stuff after the fact, but
Yeah.
like in other words, if Zell submits something from Fontana, I'm not gonna really expect her to say, written by Zell Rogers, but if it was me or Randy or somebody on my staff, we'd probably want,
Sure.
hey, this story was by Kevin
makes-
in the Grand Star.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's it though, yeah. That's all
Credit.
we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So
I
just
hope I made that clear.
so just a tagline, basically.
Yeah.
If we do take something from a story that you guys have written and to use in something else, that we just say contributed by the Grand Star
Sure.
newspaper or something
Yep.
like that.
That'd be fine.
And like if we wanted to reprint, like if we get some and then later on, we want to reprint, what would be the cost associated with that?
I wouldn't know the cost because costs change.
So, but we could, okay, maybe the
We
thing,
probably could
can
lock
we
it in some
reprint if we needed to?
We
That-
could reorder, but we'd probably have to order the same amount.
Right.
We couldn't order like 3,000 copies and ask them to do 1,000 like 2 years from now. That'd be kind of a waste of money on it, obviously.
Right.
So, yeah, we could definitely reprint because we'll save the content stuff to where we could just send it back to them and say, hey, we need this print again.
Right.
But yeah, we could definitely do that. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem.
And did you have some kind of did you ever check into what it would cost? Like, what is a baseline cost anyway?
I knew you were going to ask me that as I was driving up here today.
Of course.
The 60-page magazine, I'd rather tell you that like later when we're not on video, because I don't want to tell everybody how much the magazine costs to print, but it was pricey.
Yeah.
For 60 pages, 24.
The one like you just put out.
The one like we just put out. The Veterans magazine was 24 pages, much cheaper. So
Okay.
it all depends on your page count. Depends
All right,
on how much
so-
content you want in it. And that's
it
pretty much
goes by 8, right?
we can do 4 and 8.
Oh, it goes by 4? Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought it used to be 8, but
It
maybe
did.
not.
It did with one of the vendors, but I use a different vendor now.
So we can do, now we can do an
We
increments
can do
of 4.
24, 28, 32, 36, 48,
Gotcha.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we sure can. Absolutely. If you want to do 100, we can do 100.
Whew, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk about any other questions there afterwards. Or get some figures there.
Well, I mean, basically I was just trying to get information together for Lisa there so that, yeah, if you could maybe shoot me a text or something and let me know about a cost, like a baseline cost,
I
let's
can
say.
do that after we're finished. I'll
Like if we did,
I've
Like
got
an
invoices
example
done
for
on my
X
phone.
amount of
like if we did
pages.
16 pages or 20 pages, I don't think we'd do
And,
probably more than
and the
20.
best it'll be is an estimate because
Sure.
obviously the vendor could change their prices between now and February or whatever. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
but I can base it off what we just paid for these last 2 magazines.
Okay.
So, yeah, I
All
can
right.
easily do that.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we just wanted to have a ballpark
Yeah, of course.
to mention to everybody on the TDA,
I
because that's where
understand.
it'll get funded from.
Yeah,
I understand.
definitely.
Great. Well, I'm excited for it. I hope we get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty confident that we'll go ahead and do it, and we'd like for it to drop some, like maybe in March,
That's,
which would be a
that's the
good time
timeline
for
I had in
us.
mind, actually. Yeah, so I'll tell you my timeline for it when I can check my phone here after.
Okay, I think, like I said, I think probably 20 would be the max amount of pages, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I can't really imagine, why we'd need too much more space than that, really,
Yeah, we still need to kind of figure out an outline.
Yeah,
For what
yeah.
we're gonna put in it too.
On how,
so,
I mean,
yeah.
I figured, that we would do, about Fontana itself, the dam and
Sure.
everything. But maybe, more about the village and how it was formed and why it was formed and why it's still here. And then, also a progression into what is to come.
Yeah.
If we can ever figure out what that might be. So.
Sure. Break out the crystal ball. I would feel really weird doing one if we didn't touch on the origins as well.
Right,
So,
yeah.
like the towns that are underwater and stuff now, like that's got to be talked about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we could actually get with, even though Judy would be probably, she would probably have, because she would have pictures of Proctor and,
Oh, great.
all of
Judson
these
and
things,
all- okay, yeah.
I mean, she's a big person that does all that. So
Okay.
we could definitely get some information from her
Wonderful.
about the
Okay.
before.
All
Yeah.
right, we can do that.
And I actually have some pictures here too of the before this was ever a lake and all here. So.
Right. Okay.
Those pictures are good too.
No, like that train that was coming through the valley there when it was hauling off ore.
Right.
That was where the lake's at now.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what we did in the magazine just didn't even really scratch the surface. I
Not
would say
really, no.
barely did. It
But,
it didn't
yeah.
even get started scratching. the
but I
surface.
still that was a good magazine. You guys did really
Oh,
good
thank
with that.
you. Yeah. I
Yeah, you
appreciate
did
that.
really
Thank
good
you.
with that. And I have some in the office, and I'll give everybody one if they want one. But we can put them at the front desk for people
Sure.
too. So
And I've still got some extras if you guys want them as well. So,
Yeah.
after the fact.
okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, so I guess Carrie didn't want to say.
No, well, Carrie called and she couldn't make it because her son, she thinks he's got a kidney stone and he's in bad shape right now.
Oh boy.
Her husband's gone, her mom was gone, there was nobody around, so she wanted to stay with him. But she did give me some updates. So, I told you that we've had a couple of different things come down through the pipeline about different reports we were going to have to do. Well, one of them is lead and copper is changing. So by October 2024, so this gives us a while, but we have got to complete an inventory of all of our water lines to make sure there's no lead in the lines. Or if we do have any lead, that it has to be computed into the state's computer system. So that means that we're going to have some kind of map of the distribution system. We're going to have to find out if there are any lead lines or lead fittings, and especially those that are like located below or around the galvanized pipe, because apparently that really leaches the lead if that is the case. I don't believe we have any lead lines, but we do, I think, have some lead fittings, from where they connected, and we do have galvanized pipes. So
With the-
that's going to be.
With the spotty records we have, short of digging it up, you can't really say for sure.
Well, there are some things, and there is also some money available, so we might be able to get a grant to help pay for some of the costs. So, but Yeah, I know, it's not gonna be easy, but then again, it may be very easy, I don't know, it just all
understand
depends.
the intent, but
Yeah,
given how this place was constructed and given the fact that there's really no as-bills, it's only, you know.
and the fact that we have so many lines that are laying dormant that we don't know the state of whatsoever. You know, what was done to tap them off, or if anything was done, you know, so yeah, it's gonna be, but, you know.
But it does fall into, I guess, my hope that we can kind of do an inventory of the water and the wastewater side. And I would hope, when did you say that needs to be done?
It's gotta be done by October of 2024, so we have another year to get it completed, but, you know, time goes by really quick, so,
24?
yeah, 2024.
So 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Well,
2 years.
23. This is November, so 2022, so we have 2 years, 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, we've got some, I mean, I don't want to wait till the last minute.
Right.
But given the fact that we may be in a mode of trying to fix and repair some things, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see where we're at. Sure.
There could be some changes coming down that will make it easier to.
I mean, I'm primarily concerned that we have leaks, but while we're doing that, we can also see.
Well, and I talked to her about that too, and she said if you wanted to do a work day, just any day, you know, she's over here like all the time on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then a lot of times like on a Monday or a Friday or something too. So she just said, just let her know, you know, she'd be happy to sit down. We can do a work day and try to figure out, you know, what we need to do in searching out maybe some leaks, trying to get Dennis out, or doing various things like that. So
Yeah.
I told her I'd just get with you, huh?
With the lodge, the water in the bottom public bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
with every time, is that counted as part of the leaks that are going on? Because aren't they gonna shut that down at some point to fix that?
I don't really, I don't know.
I don't think we're aware of that. You may know more about it than we know. I mean,
We're cleaning up there and stuff.
Well, the one stall, when you first walk in, is completely, it's for months has been.
Women's stuff?
Running.
Yeah.
Kind of like the bathroom here, running all the
Yeah,
time.
Like this one runs too, yeah.
You flushed the other two, the water leaks all over and they have.
Well, yeah, that's definitely contributed. It is part of the
But
contribution.
it was put off, being fixed because they have to shut the water off up
Yeah.
there in order to go in and fix those pipes.
Gotcha.
And
So,
The problem is not just fixing the pipe, the problem is the system is so old, so when you take apart and you fix one part of the pipe, it puts too much pressure on another.
And then
So
it
it's like-
ruptures it, yeah.
it's whack-a-mole. Hey,
And then you're
stop.
constantly having these little bits and pieces of
Slow
new
down.
pipe, and
Slow
it's
down.
just like,
Willow.
so I don't know what the
Slow down.
plan is as far as that goes,
Slow
but, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that that's kind of the problem. So it's like they have the lesser of the evils, maybe?
Right. Well, and I mean, like we have the bathroom in here runs constantly. There's no telling how much water is going through there. You know, you would be surprised how much water use goes through a small leak or
No.
a running toilet or
I
you know.
wouldn't. I dealt with it in Robbinsville.
Yeah, it's crazy,
I
isn't it?
had to ask for a leak
Down
credit.
at,
My water bill was $700 for 1 month because the toilet was running.
Really?
That
Yeah.
happened to me too in Preston. It was
So-
It
like,
was I think it was two or 250, I think is what it ended up being.
yeah, it was like almost $300.
Yeah, yours is, yeah.
well,
So-
also I know down at the campground, the men's bathroom, where the toilet was like built up on some kind of,
Platform or something?
yeah, it got rotted. And so like water is just like, when they flush it, not the toilet doesn't go over, but water from where the piping is floods the whole floor right there. And it's only one stall,
Is it
but
open?
it's a
So it's
lot
open?
that comes through.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
I
I've
think
heard-
the thing with that one, the only way you can get to the piping is if you take the concrete out.
Oh, shoot.
So I know that they fixed it, probably not this summer, but maybe the last year before that. I know it's like an ongoing thing, but I know they did fix it, but I know they have to like totally hammer out the concrete to get to that one. Not that it, I mean, it's still a leak, I'm just.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get
It's
to.
complicated.
So yeah, it's
these are
never easy to
tricky.
just go and
Oh,
fix
those
it.
are,
But,
I would say those.
oh yeah, that all is part of it. Yeah, definitely. That's
Yeah,
where.
I mean, ideally, we would go through and do a comprehensive assessment and identify all of the problem areas and then develop a plan to tackle them one by one by one. You know,
And
so
hopefully we
that's
will
like-
eventually get to that.
Hey, stop.
It's just like she said, it's very complicated because you know, like you get in the middle of the season, everybody's busy. Then it's like you don't want to have to shut things down at that
They
time.
don't.
And so yeah, it's a complicated thing, but we definitely need to keep hammering away at all these things. I wasn't even aware of the one at the campground. So
Yeah, it's like an
It's been like
ongoing
that for a
issue.
while.
Like they fix it and then it doesn't, and then the concrete crumbles because it's leaking into that, and then they tear it. You know.
So that was to comply with, that was on the water side, right?
yeah, it was just a lead and copper update that we've been dealing with, and there was one other thing too. It's an emergency source water protection supply plan, and this is not something that really is turned into the state, but we got to have it on hand. Her and what's his name, Keith Buff, when he was up here last week, they kind of pretty much got all that completed. But there's a couple of other things that she needs. We're going to have to put a spokesperson in place, and it's an elected official, so it most likely will be you. Just, you know, because if there is anything that requires any kind of public type thing, it's better to have an elected official over a manager or anything like that. So,
Sure.
yeah, I told her that you would probably be agreeable to
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, if the water level in the lake drops or the dam fails or the intake fails, or
Right.
it's something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah, basically, and it's also like ways to help protect our water source. You know, which what can you do? I mean, our lake is probably I've heard it's the deepest lake in North Carolina, even when it drops 60 feet. You know, in the wintertime, it's still 2 times deeper than any other lake. But if we had all of our tributaries dry up, you know, like what they've had in other parts of the country, it would definitely, I mean, it could cause an issue. Thankfully, we still have enough rain where we hadn't had that kind of problem, but it is a big enough problem in other parts of the world that they're making us become aware of it and develop a system to try and be conservative. I mean,
What's our backup plan just in case that happens?
yeah, well, that's a good idea. That's a good thing to ask. What is our backup plan? I don't know. I never would have thought that anything would ever happen
I
to
can't
the lake.
remember
You know?
how
We tried to do the wells, but the wells have too much iron in them.
How far down is the intake? I remember.
We have 2 different ones. You know, they got rid of all the others.
Yeah, there were
And,
like 6 or 8 of them. Right?
yeah, now we're just down to 2.
Yeah.
And one's for like one's for in the summer when the water's high, and then one's for in the winter when it's low, when they let the water down. I don't know how far down they go.
That's why I
so.
wonder how much lower than this low water it is. You know,
Yeah,
is it
I don't
another
know.
100 feet? Is it 50? You know, that would be my first question.
And Carrie might be able to have the answer to that.
I remember we asked a lot of those questions back
Yeah,
when we were.
I don't remember the
redoing
answers to them,
things,
but
I
yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah.
I was not paying attention. Anything else on the water wastewater side?
No, I don't believe so. No, wastewater. We are waiting on our permit still, but I have been in touch with the state. We haven't got our operating permit, but that's on the state side, not our side. I did, and Dennis, we did everything that needed to be done as far as getting it all sent in, our permit sent in for renewal back in March. But they just have not, I guess they're behind or something, so we're still waiting on to hear back from them. But I've talked to Lauren as soon as today, actually, about it. So she sent me a note, you know, that said, I am still trying to figure out what's going on there, but you guys are in compliance.
As
So
long as it's on them.
Yeah. then we're fine. That was the main thing. It's like, I just don't want somebody to come out and say, oh, you're operating without a permit, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's not actually our fault, so, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it on that.
Okay, good. Yeah, Carrie, I'm glad she didn't stick around if she had other stuff going on.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to, anybody got any questions about the water wastewater stuff? No? Okay. Moving on to financials then.
Okay, in general funds, we have $176,995.16. And in utility funds, we have $48,778.92 for a total of $225,774.08. So budgets are all good. It is time, like at this time of year, we usually do a rundown of our budget to see if we need to do any budget amendments or anything. There might be a couple out, because gas for the vehicles being one thing. We did not budget enough gas for the price, that being what it was. So we're probably gonna have to do a budget amendment on that. But Willa Mae has been very far behind too, so I got her all the bookwork, everything, and we're trying to get all the stuff together for audit. So consequently, I could be in and out quite a bit, just trying to get all this stuff organized and together. And I need to go over there and train with her on QuickBooks as well, because we purchased QuickBooks at the beginning of this cycle, so that I could actually put the water bill, all these payments in real time, and she could see them immediately, you know, so.
You can input what you can input.
Yeah, and I can put all my bills and stuff in here, so it's all done in real time, but we haven't had time to train together yet, so she's got to show me how to work it, you
If you
know.
have any questions either, and you can ask me, I might know the answer to you.
Right. Well, I don't have the first clue. I've never done anything in QuickBooks, so I need to get a basic understanding before I even know how to ask you a question about it.
And once you figure out where to put pretty much most of the things you're getting on a recurring basis, you know, your
Right.
water bills, you know, all the stuff.
And I figure it's about like most programs,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not intimidated by it. I just need somebody to show me the.
There'll be
graph.
some aspects that you just won't utilize.
Yeah, definitely. But we're paying for it, so I want to use it, you know, and that helps her as well, because she's not waiting on me
Right.
or waiting on the end of the month or waiting on anything. She can go ahead and keep the books updated on an ongoing basis, and also.
Plus, she doesn't have to input.
Right. At the end of at our budget cycle, we can just, or not our budget, but our audit cycle, we can just hand that information straight over to them as well. And so there won't be none of this scrambling trying to pull everything together, because they can have access to it.
And you can set it up to automatically bill each month. So like all the cabins, you can set it up to just automatically put the billing in there, and then all you have to do is print it off. Like
Right.
it'll generate itself.
But, you know, with the water billing and stuff, all of that, if we go, since we're going through the resort, you know, that's going to become a moot point actually for that.
And if you still want the paper copy, you can.
Yeah.
And you'll still have to enter it into your QuickBooks and take it
No,
out.
you can.
You still
Right.
have to have the money.
Yeah, I'll still have to show it. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you know, and also like when at the end of the month, when I do all the paperwork to you, I'll have to take and put all of that where it goes and our different categories. You know, like for the phone bill and for, you know, all of that will still have to be broken out on my end. So,
I know.
but you know, having said all that, everything we you know, we're in good shape. We're not. I don't have any bottom lines yet on like what we budgeted versus what we have spent, but you know, we still got a healthy fund balance in our general fund, so that's one thing I keep looking at.
Cool.
All right.
All right, thank you. Any questions on financials? Anybody? Okay. Good deal. All right, so we're moving to
Our
something-
Christmas dinner.
Yeah,
So
moving to some fun.
last night we talked a little bit about when would be a good time, and we determined of December it would be the 8th or the 14th or the 15th. I think the 14th, didn't you say you were going to be gone on that day?
Yeah.
You guys?
13th,
Or was that the 13th?
yeah, the 13th we're going
Oh, yeah,
out of
that's
town to
13th.
Asheville, so we won't be back until the afternoon of the 14th. So
What were the dates again?
The 8th,
8th.
the 14th, or the 15th.
Okay.
And what we're doing, I talked with Shay at Willow Tree, and we're just going to go to Willow Tree and have the dinner there. She'll cook for us. I'm going to do prime rib and probably a pasta dish, and a couple of vegetables and a salad and dessert.
She does good too, because
Yeah,
we went there last year
and
with
you
the
will,
dinosaur.
you're invited as
Oh,
well.
well, thank you, Zell.
Yeah,
I appreciate
so-
that. Thank you.
Willow Tree is, you know where 4th Street is, right? Okay, you know where It's not the Microtel now, whatever.
Quality
You're
in,
in the
yeah.
right one or
No,
not?
it's in Robbinsville.
Oh, yes,
Oh, it's in
Yeah, you don't know either. Okay, so, you know, the hotel there, the main, the Quality Inn, is that what's called
That's
now?
Quality in now, yeah.
Yeah, the Quality Inn. All right beside that is Depot Street that turns. Willow Tree is right there. I mean, it's, so you got Ingles,
Yeah.
Quality Inn, Depot's, Ford Street,
Kind
it's
of
called Ford
across,
Street.
across from United Community on the whole side street that goes, so that
Is it like a
kind
little
of
house?
runs back.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yes,
looks just
a
like
little
a
house,
house.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She has
So-
a big inflatable snowman in the.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be all kinds of,
Yeah.
you know.
She
but
does
yeah.
good, man. She's such
Uh,
a good. Oh my goodness.
Once I finalize
What are you
it,
gonna do?
Huh?
She's
What kind
really
of pasta are
good.
you
Yeah.
gonna do?
well, I don't know, maybe like a Alfredo or something.
I mean, we're still
What
open
kind
to.
would, yeah, I'm
we're
open to
still-
suggestions.
Yeah, we're open to, you know, we were looking at requesting a couple of meats or a couple of entree type things. So if there's something, you know, you either don't like or you would
Not to
prefer.
be picky, but I can't really eat Alfredo, and I don't like prime rib.
I don't like
so-
cream sauce either.
Okay, so what's the other pasta? I mean, what other thing would you like?
Or, I mean, there's a possibility of pork loin, I
Yeah.
suppose, or
I mean,
chicken.
pasta's fine with me too. I mean, any of that's fine.
What about, but why though? I
What
mean,
about-
what else is there besides Alfredo? Is
What
there
about
a
kind of- what about a pesto
primavera or
or
something?
something?
Yeah.
I like
Vegetable pasta.
pesto. Pesto's good.
Maybe if they
I
could
like
do a
red
pasta,
sauce. I like pesto. Or like what do
you
you?
know, a pasta.
What about you? What do you like?
Yeah, I like any kind of, like a primavera or whatever, like a vegetable, and like any kind of seafood and stuff.
So like
Well, we were talking prime rib, I guess, is one of
Oh,
them. Does that
prime
sound?
rib.
I
like
like
prime
prime
rib.
rib.
Yeah, I like prime rib. You like prime rib,
I
Kev?
love prime rib.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do that for the meat,
Yeah.
and then like we could just do
Like a pasta primavera,
Yeah,
or maybe
is
with
that
either a pesto or a red sauce as a
Yeah.
sort of a side or an add to it. To
Yeah,
you know,
that
people
sounds
can
good.
kind of, you know, like a pasta, like a veggie pasta, or I guess
Yeah,
something like
that'd
that.
be really nice if they could do. Like
what is
vegetable.
a pasta primavera? What is?
It's like
It's like
a
that
pasta
squash.
with
Fresh pasta. I think primavera is like
vegetable.
Is it a vegetarian?
Yeah,
typically, yeah.
and like olive oil type of.
And
like
that will
mine.
give us something.
Olive
I mean, I don't know if there'd be
oil,
anybody who would really want to go down that road or not, but it would at least provide an option for that. And we're
Alright.
gonna do like what, a couple of veggies,
Yeah, we'll probably do some kind of potato, and maybe you know
kind of
whatever.
green something.
Yeah,
broccoli
green beans
maybe.
or something of that nature,
Yeah.
and then we'll have a salad
Oh, yeah,
and
sounds
and a couple of dessert options and something to drink. And we can bring beer and wine. I haven't asked her about liquor, but we can. She said adult beverages. You can bring adult beverages. So
good. Okay.
you know if you want to bring beer and wine, and I'll find out about liquor. You know, so
Yeah.
Instead of doing pasta,
Oh,
because
okay.
I mean, the way you're talking, if you're gonna have like a potato and then like a green and a salad, your pasta's gonna be really
Redundant.
weird. It was gonna be weird too. Like,
I mean, I'm getting for
oh,
something
you're
different.
gonna have
Yeah,
pasta and then a potato. That's
well,
just-
but I mean you don't have to do that. If you do the pasta, you could just do the salad, the pasta, and the
Or are you
dessert.
just saying we should probably choose another meat?
Yeah, I'm thinking like instead of doing pasta, why don't you just do like chicken or pork loin, and then you don't have to
Not
worry
pork
about the.
loin.
No.
Sorry.
So
Okay,
Not
then
pork
chicken.
loin?
Yeah,
All right.
do chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause then you
But what kind of chicken? How do we want it?
Hey, what about lobster
Like-
tail? We could do
Lobster
surf
tail.
it.
Turn off the light, make it yourself a tub.
You guys are gonna kill me. I cannot have shellfish.
I'm
not
surf
I'm
a turf.
like, please don't kill me.
No dice.
Dang it.
I mean,
Okay,
chicken's
no.
Well, but I mean, like, even though, like I said, though, a pasta dish, you would just have like the salad and the pasta. You wouldn't get the vegetables. You know, the vegetables would just
I
be.
mean, I'd be game to go with chicken.
But what kind of chicken? How do you want it cooked? How would we do
Like
it?
you can do it baked, you can do it fried, you whatever.
Okay.
Chicken is
Like a
good.
garlic, like yeah, probably
Or like
like
a baked.
Garlic and herb.
Yeah.
a baked chicken, like a
Yeah.
garlic herb chicken would be good.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
vegetables
anything.
and-
I'm sure she's got some ideas.
All right, and so
for some
scratch
kind
the
of fried
pasta
chicken.
and do the garlic or
Yeah.
chicken
I'm
type.
okay with that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I'm fine.
Okay.
And then if you really are vegetarian, you can just eat the potato, the salad, and the greens. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know of any of us
No, yeah.
that are really
I don't think-
vegetarians in our
No, no,
group.
no.
You know.
But is there gonna be sweet tea there maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we should probably
I
request.
don't drink and I don't drink sodas.
We could
Right.
probably. We
Yeah,
could
I'll
probably
request, you know,
sweet
tea and water.
Her tea's good too.
Yeah, I'll request tea and
I'm
water
gonna bring
with it.
some Cold Mountain.
Well, I'm sure you'll. I know what you'll bring.
What?
They have this Hershey's porter, chocolate porter.
That she
Oh,
loves.
really good.
Yeah,
It's-
it's
and they
Yingling,
have-
isn't
yeah, it's
it?
Yingling.
Yeah, Yingling Hershey's.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sounds
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
England from Pennsylvania, Hershey's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And I'm from Pennsylvania. It all,
It all just
That makes
goes
sense.
together. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I figured like just like a herb potato, not a baked potato, but a herb potato of some sort, and then like just whatever vegetable. But
Yeah.
So what day?
But
What day?
we never did decide, so we got the 8th,
Yeah.
the 15th, or the 14th.
I mean,
14 or
ideally,
15.
ideally, I'd probably prefer the 8th or the 15th. And I know we're doing that other dinner on the
6th, yeah.
So the question is, would we want to do 2 in 1 week, or would we want to stagger it
Maybe the
to the
15th.
15th?
Less cooking. I'm just kidding.
So you don't have a problem
I,
with the
I don't
8th?
care either way.
I don't care either.
I don't
I'm
either.
okay with the
Do you-
15.
Yeah.
I mean, the four, all three, the only day I can't, the 12th, I've got my, Steve and I, are doing our Christmas. And then, let me see, I think the 17th is, with my family, that's Saturday, so I may end up working, so, we're just doing a lunch. like-
So can
Why
we,
don't we just do the 14th or
Can-
the 15th? It seems like everybody's 15th.
can we do, try to do the 15th?
All right.
We'll check with everybody else that we've got, because we're gonna be inviting the tourism, the TDA. So,
And plus
so we'll
one,
have
you know.
Jay and Lisa, coming.
But Lisa was said that they
Yeah, they
would,
were
yeah.
good.
So Jay would be
Meredith.
like, Daryl would have to cover the bar, you
Yeah.
know, so,
Yeah,
which I don't think would be an issue there.
and Meredith.
And,
Will
yeah.
May.
Oh, don't worry, I won't be bringing a plus
And
one.
Kevin.
It'll be just one.
Yeah.
That's how I roll.
So I guess is Willa May okay with,
That's sad.
I'm sure she will be too. I'm sure
and
she
is
will.
Meredith gonna be cool with the 15th?
Well, she said when I sent her, I asked her about that, and she said, yeah, she didn't see no problem. So the 15th is going to be the ideal day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that.
All right. And when after I talk to her, then I'll just send out an email to everybody and let you know
That's
for
a
sure.
Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a
All right.
Thursday.
All right.
That works all right for you because
Yeah.
that's in between. Usually don't have wrestling or basketball. Well, you might have like middle school basketball.
No, yeah, but I mean,
That's close enough to
Uh,
Christmas where maybe they.
yeah, no, Thursday's fine. Thursday's perfectly fine. Just
Yeah.
make sure it wasn't a Friday.
Time-wise, we'd probably be looking at,
6.
yeah, I'd be cool with 6.
Would 6 sound good for everybody? And if there's anybody that needs like a ride, like, you know, I'll be over here that day. So if anybody needs to ride in or follow or whatever,
Probably it would make good sense if you need a ride for you to ride with me since I'm coming back here.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
But
to
I mean,
see
that
you.
way you guys could follow me though.
Oh, I think I know where it's at. I think,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
All
be
right.
fine.
All right.
But yeah, if you need a ride, you're more than welcome to ride with me because I'll have to come back.
Sounds good.
And we may or may not be able to ride with somebody because we'll have, you know, the big hairy monster with us.
Yeah. Well, now you have to go over the mountain too, don't you?
Yep, I sure
Yeah.
do.
No, you do. So.
That's right, you live in,
I live
And so
in
does
Scottsdale.
Meredith and Lisa and Jay would have to. So
And
Oh,
we're
yeah,
still
Lisa or Jane
doing
can
the,
ride with me too.
what y'all call it, Chinese Christmas?
Christmas thing.
We can talk- we
we
can
haven't
talk
really
about it.
talked about that too much about what we're going to do about that because
Because I'm fine with the dinner, but if we're to bring a gift, I'm fine with that too.
I mean, I'm fine with dinner.
If-
I mean,
yeah.
to do it there at their place, they may or may not be happy
I
about.
don't think they would mind.
Oh, they
No,
don't
because
mind.
we're going to be the only ones in there.
They're
It's
gonna,
not.
they're gonna probably
Okay.
give us that covered porch outside.
Yeah.
the
Well,
city.
I don't think they're. Are they open on Thursdays?
Actually, no, they're not. They're open Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, so, I mean, the whole place will be
You're
ours.
Inviting like
Yeah.
all these other people, like
Yeah.
you might not want to just require everybody to do it.
So
Because it's not us, like we would be deciding for like a whole group of people and then.
Well, but think about the group of people, though. I mean, it's everybody that I'm sure would be okay with doing something because you're talking about Meredith and you're talking about Lisa and Jay and you know, so.
Don't worry,
Well,
I
amazing.
have yet to remember to bring a gift to the
I know, you never remember to bring a flipping
I
gift.
forgot it the 2 years I came to it. I forgot it both years. I cannot remember to bring a gift. I'm gonna remember it this year, and then there's not gonna be one. That's gonna be
Yeah, you'll remember it if we don't do it. But if we do it, you'll forget.
Stop and get a gift card on the way.
Worst gift giver. So there's like I would
Yeah.
vote
I
no.
gave
but-
sanitizer.
But how does that work though? the Chinese?
Well, everybody
Flashlight
just.
for the flashlight for
Everybody brings a gift, and it's got to be like something big for a male or a female.
Yeah.
You know, and then you all draw numbers out of a bag, and number 1 goes first, and then
It's
number
kinda
2 can take number 1's gift or get another gift, and you know, and then like 3
So it's kind
times.
of funny, you know,
Yeah.
if you get you a gift that you really like, unless you're the last one, you may or may not still have
That's
it.
correct.
Right, yeah. So,
It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
is.
it
It
would
is.
add some excitement.
I think Tiff stole a toolbox from somebody
Oh yeah, I still have that. in
from
my
Jordan or
car.
something.
yeah. Well, let's do it then. Let's do Chinese Christmas, and
And then we'll just say,
What's the
below-
What's the limit?
25?
25, is that good?
$25.
$25. So anybody that comes need Kevin,
Yes, ma'am.
$25
Yes, ma'am.
gift,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
The blanket's always a good sort
I
of,
know.
like a good Sherpa blanket's
I
always
got these
nice.
huge body towels, like these bath,
Oh,
the
nice.
blanket towels. I bought 2 of them. Well, then like we didn't have the Chinese Christmas, and now I have these huge bath.
But do you
towels.
not love them?
No, I'm like
You
every
don't? I
don't.
love them.
I know.
I would love
I don't
them
feel like
too.
I'm.
Well,
dry
now you can gift them
constantly.
though.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
You can
they've
gift
been
them.
used,
They've
but they've
been
been
It's
used.
not like they're still in the packaging.
Yeah, they're.
Should have just left them on the shelf. She could have brought them for
Towels.
Yeah.
Can be used.
Yeah, I love those big bath towels. Something I could wrap up
I
in.
just don't feel dry. I just feel like I'm just totally, and then I'm like, I don't know. It's like they're too soft or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't absorb the water.
No, it's like I just feel dry, and then I'm walking around like this trying to. No, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
I
They
love
were
them.
expensive. They were really expensive.
Yeah, they are. They're like $12 each or
Yeah.
more. Yeah, they are.
Some of them don't absorb.
No.
I have like a couple, and I just go back and forth between the two. You
Maybe if
know?
I like wash them a bunch, maybe they'll.
I was gonna say sometimes when
Yeah.
you wash them a few times,
Yeah.
plus if you use fabric softener, that can actually
That's
cause
right.
it to not be water
Yeah.
absorbent. So
Yep.
you may want to do.
I
Don't.
just use those pet throw-in things. You know the.
It's
Oh,
possible
yeah.
that could be making them water repellent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Could be.
Yeah.
All right, so
The sides of a bath
They
towel.
look
I'm
really
sorry.
nice on my shelf. Like, they look great up there,
Big
but.
puffy.
This is going to draw the viewers. This conversation right here.
Yeah. Pro tip.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dissection
that'll
of a bath towel.
okay, because I walk down the hall doing this,
Exactly.
and people will be like, "Oh, wait, do that!
Wow.
I want to see you do that."
Wowza. Shh.
Can you stand up and show us again?
How did that
I will not be showing.
all right, so
we
that's
got that generally hammered out.
yeah. We're gonna shoot.
Shoots up by 50 by tomorrow.
We're gonna go for the 15th and a $25 gift.
Okay.
All right, and we're
Now,
gonna
is that
do
each-
prime rib and a garlic herb chicken.
Sound
That
good.
sounds good.
All right, and yes, that's for each person that comes. Yeah, which makes it a little bit rougher on like if you have 2 people that are coming, but still
Well, I guess if the 2 people only wanted to bring one gift, they would only
only
get
have
one
one
gift.
person. Yeah.
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 If you wanted to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just for whoever wants to participate. If you don't want to
Yeah.
participate, you don't have to bring anything.
Yeah.
So.
That probably feel awkward though.
Yeah, you're sitting on the
I
side.
know Kevin is a pro at it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I just slink in and everybody feels pity.
Yeah, he
and they
just
give
sits
me a
there and
gift.
watches everything.
Zell did it one year and Tiff did it for me next year.
Yeah.
I think one year we put a gift in for you.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
both of you have done that for me over the past 2 years.
Yeah, because he can't seem to remember to bring his gift.
Oh no, I will remember it this year.
What did we give you to give?
Oh jeez, I don't.
I think it was either a knife.
I did not end up
Oh,
with.
yeah.
I did not end up with whatever it was.
I think it was
Either
a knife
time.
or a light. I had
It
some.
might have
I
been
brought
the
So
some.
I
light.
get. It was a light.
I brought some
Oh,
extra
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right, I forgot.
Yep. It was a light.
Yeah.
I can't remember what Zell's was. I know one year I ended up with like light up coasters or something. I could put in my car
Oh,
and like
yeah,
turn them
that's
on in the
probably
dark
what
and I
it
could
was.
see how to grab my drink.
Yeah, we got those too.
They were still in my car when I
What
flipped
were
off
they?
the bank out
Those
here.
like
So.
light up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are pretty cool.
those are cool though.
I had them in my car when the car flipped off the bank.
Yeah, I've got now.
still working.
Now they're in mine.
Yeah.
Already automatically. So yeah.
All right. So, do we have any action items,
Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
or do we have any other discussion items anybody needs to discuss?
we're
Lost
gonna
cause?
go into
No,
closed
okay.
session?
I mean, I don't really think we need to.
Okay.
You know, we're still, I guess, trying to decide, you know, our another person. You know, I've had interest from Schwa expressed, and you know, he's into a lot of trail stuff, so there's that aspect that he would.
And he's
Address.
already yours too, so.
So that would be one person that has expressed interest. He would have been here tonight, but I think he's under the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Is he
he's.
sick?
yeah.
He said he had flu-like symptoms yesterday when I was coming out of the meeting. So, but I think he had tested negative on COVID. So, or with the home test. So that may or may not be accurate.
I tested negative with the home test, and then the next day I tested positive at the hospital, and then I tested positive at home for like 2 weeks after.
I took 5 tests and I never
Yeah.
tested. I did on the ones that were expired.
Yeah.
I tested positive on both of those, but I tested positive as soon as I added the stuff to it. So, you know,
Yeah, so
that's why I went, but I had 3 done.
Okay.
Well, I bought another test and I went to the doctor and it was negative, and then I did 2 more home tests and both of them were negative,
Yeah.
so.
So
When I
it's
first-
probably a faulty.
Yeah, when you're first sick too, I don't know if you guys have had it, but when you're like the first day you're sick, you're kind of not that, you're sick, but you're not that sick. And it's kind of like, I was on the edge of like, do I have a sinus infection or it's just a bad cold? But then the next day I woke up and I was like, oh no,
This is
Yeah.
bad.
this is really bad.
Yeah.
This is really, really bad. So the first day I tested negative even though I was positive.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just really
That's it.
thankful that I have not yet had it. And I don't want it,
Me too.
yeah.
I've had it twice.
That means that you'll just fight it better next time. Well, hopefully there won't be a next time.
Yeah, let's hope but there is a new strain out, right? Isn't there? I think I read that the other day, a new strain that's overtaking all the other strains. And I swear, I think it's just merging with the flu.
So it's
You
just
know,
gonna-
it's just, I think it's just all merging together. I don't know.
It's gonna keep changing, yeah.
But
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, then I suppose we will be having our dinner unless there's any changes on the 15th. So we'll be having the dinner before our next meeting, which is scheduled to be the 21st of next month.
Right. Which is getting really close to Christmas, so has anybody looked at their schedules to see if they're gonna be, are they leaving? Lacey, are you going home? No, you'll be here?
Unless something drastically changes in my life.
I think we're looking to probably be ready to take off to Texas
Yeah.
the next day or so.
Yeah.
Right, after
Yeah,
the
we're
meeting?
We're gonna try to
Yeah.
get out there in time to spend Christmas with her mom.
Oh,
Not to
okay.
mention we found out that she needs to get back before,
For work and stuff.
before
So I
Valentine's
got
Day.
massages lined up.
We were gonna be gone January and February, but now it looks like I'm only gonna miss
Maybe the January meeting?
January meeting, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got to get,
Back.
put 3 1-hour gift certificates aside.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll get those.
possibly
as soon as
4, possibly 4.
Okay, cool, that'd be awesome. And then I'll get you yours whenever we can put it on the schedule too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, if we don't have anything else, then we're gonna adjourn at 6:16.
That was a quick meeting we've had.